about the character art and story art of Gino. Are you liking where he's going? You liking his decisions? Talk to me about your feelings toward Gino.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is the first season that I still ain't got everybody's name. Okay, Gino, is Gino the boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Gino right there.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I think he's actually innocent, you know what I mean? And innocent in a way of like he's a good character, you know what I mean? So those are always the ones we watch out for. Good characters don't often make it. We know that. And I do
not on here.
Well, I just mean kind of like in writing
in general, yeah.
Go to on your emotion cord and stuff like that. But I think he's actually good. I don't think he's a malicious character or like has ill intent. I think he genuinely is trying to figure out the crime, and like his his partner is just like low key kind of like delaying stuff and doing stuff. Like it's weird. I don't.
He is something else.
Like he literally looks like he just looks like he does stuff that shouldn't be done. He probably the one that had nasty deer sex.
Oh, I
that
still
might be his secret deep down.
Wait a minute.
You think it was him that did the deer?
He might have. It was either him or Lil Jeffrey.
Him. I was gonna say, you don't think it's Whitley? I mean, Whiteley?
I think it's him.
It definitely. Listen. I got 80% on Lil Jeffrey, but that 20, if it was to happen and everybody like, ooh, I'm gonna be like, I told you. I would not. We got something deep down that we don't know about, and it's really like it's that smelly smell that smells smelly. I don't know what it is though.
There's a third person who is just so boisterous about his sexuality. He might have went and stuck his penis inside of a warm deer, and I'm talking about Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. You know.
And got it for a picture or something, and got or you know went on a photo shoot and what's the name know about it? What's the little the young boy that be with everybody that be taking the pictures? Him. So what if Theo, right? What if they was somewhere near Fire Island or whatever, and he told one of the models to do it with the deer or whatever and to get the pictures, right? And then boom, he like, he go crying to Theo, oh my God, he made me do it. I know, let's have sex. Okay. So then it's a fresh friend. You know what I mean? I would not be surprised.
But wait a minute, y'all. Before let Miss K get it here real quick.
Not on Bambi, somebody said.
That's what I was about to say. First of all, I don't know if any of y'all have ever lived in the country, but I'm somewhere where I'm kind of like in the city in the country, and there's a deer here who's the size of a bear. Now, me and my neighbor have seen it, but the wives in this neighborhood haven't seen it. And she gave birth to a bunch of deer a couple of years ago, and I actually called one of them Bambi, okay? I don't know if y'all ain't never tried this, but it's hard as hell to get a deer to come next to you, okay? I mean, if you somebody that you so sweet and innocent, a deer eat out your hand, you next to the hand of God. I don't see no deer. If a deer was to see this face, he ain't backing that thing up, ladies and gentlemen. So Lex the Targaryen, how would they even get their hands on the deers at the island? Did they bring tranquilizers, or you wouldn't put nothing past them? They got whips and chains already.
Right, they're disturbing. But sideline, I am a Black Disney princess. I fed a deer an empanada. I'm gonna send y'all the footage afterwards so y'all can see I fed a deer an empanada. I'm a freaking animal whisperer. Like highlight. But anyway, they might have. It was a vegetarian empanada because I know somebody gonna be like, "You gave it meat." It was a vegetarian one, but no, I think that I don't know, because people molest animals all the time and they hold them down and do awful stuff to them. So you don't know, like they're deer and they could have suckered them like, here, get some deer nibble. I don't know, but I know somebody had to have nasty with the deer in order to, but if they really playing it off of AIDS and like little different things around that time period, then it would make sense, because they said that somebody had sex with the monkey. That was the, the theory.
Right.
How, and then then that person was a gay man and then had, you know what I mean? So we don't know, like, but it's not too far off. I really don't think it is. I just really hope they don't touch on bestiality, because that is going to turn me off so bad.
If this show ain't turned you off in 11 years with some of the stuff they had, that shouldn't turn you off either, I don't think, unless that's your dividing line. If that is your line, you don't cross it.
Animals out of it, man. That's bad.
Hey. Miss K, talk to me about your thoughts on Gino. And where'd you see this character going this season?
I think Gino is so stupid. So clearly, I mean, I didn't see episode 4, but clearly somebody got him out of the freaking freezer. So I think he's an idiot for chasing after Whiteley. I mean, like, what are you doing? You're not a cop, idiot. And then you're gonna go into the morgue of all places. Like, one thing I'll say, Whiteley is clearly a punk unless he has something to put somebody to sleep or some needles. You know what I'm saying? Because he was running. All right.
Yeah.
But sorry, I just think that he's an idiot. He's a typical investigating white guy. And and there's no offense, but you know what that gets in the movies, right? They investigate. Look, in real life, they be investigating, just all up in stuff. And it's just like, I hope it doesn't get Gino killed. And I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. I kind of feel like Gino would be in for the long haul, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got himself killed because he's just into too much. Can I touch on his boyfriend?
Gino.
Yeah, talk about Patrick. Talk about Patrick all you want to.
Yeah, so Patrick, I was less suspicious of him in this episode because I feel like his secret is that he's into dominatrix. So
that's what you think.
The way Sam was pulling his card in this episode, like, yeah, I know how you are with pain and all of this stuff like that. Like, it made me feel, because Sam was reading him, okay?
Right.
Like, freaking tarot. I'm like, yo, Sam. So, he was just reading him, like, for everything he is. And so, from what I got from that was, he's into dominatrix. He's into inflicting pain. And I think that's really what his secret is. And so, he frequents bars in a way that, in kind of like a disguise, or so that he's not noticed and stuff like that. And then you had Gino in this episode kind of like playing on that to kind of get him out there to do it and go to the phone and go to the bar. So Gino kind of like played into that to get Patrick to do what he wanted him to do. And because he got Gino's blessing, he went right at it and kind of seemed like he felt comfortable doing it too. So I'm not really suspicious of him like that anymore, but he's not out of the woods for me, but I'm not as suspicious as I was. I think he's just a dominatrix. He's an inflicting pain type of dude.
Well, how do you feel about Sam? If you feel like you've gotten to the nitty-gritty almost with Patrick, what about Sam? Sam's got some secrets too, it seems like.
Sam is definitely a villain in this episode. I'm sorry, this season. All right. He got his big daddies setting fires, grabbing folks off the street in alleyways in Central Park. He's definitely up to something, okay? And I also feel like Big Daddy was the one that Sam, who is really Big Daddy in my opinion. He's Big Daddy. When I say that, I'm saying because he's the ruler of all of it. Right. He had someone kill that guy in the bar in episode 2. Because I feel like that dude was a Big Daddy. And because stuff was starting to hit the fan, he got rid of him so that stuff wouldn't, get out like that. So he's definitely a problem. He's a villain. And he knew what he was doing when he told what's his name, Patrick, don't F with me, and that was his way of getting Patrick off of his back.
Yep.
Because he knew like, I'll pull your card. Don't play with me.
So, yeah. And that had to be hard for Patrick because Patrick is the one who normally likes to be the dominator, inflict the pain in the scenes we normally see with him. And this time you had someone step into you who's just like you, just like, bitch.
Right.
Please. I'm gonna call you on your stuff